One thing that seems to be overlooked, especially by those who continuously blame women for the problems that the current dating market is facing, is that men are the ones who are enabling these issues. You know, the symptom of those unrealistic expectations that women have come from the men. And if you really want to go back in time 60 to 70 years ago when the sexual revolution began back in the 1940s, 50s, and 60s, guess what? A lot of the backers were men. You're having a lot of these biologists, these psychoanalysts, and who knows what, doctors, PhDs, backing the movement. And now we are finally seeing the results of that movement come into full fruition here in the modern day and age. You're having these average looking women and even sometimes below average looking women thinking that they could obtain these top percentile of giga chads and alpha males because guess what? They were able to sleep with them for a single night. So on the conscious level, they think that, oh my gosh, I slept with a good looking guy. I can actually obtain that. But on the subconscious level, a lot of these women know they probably can't do that, but they still hope that they're able to achieve it. And what's worse off for this is for the average looking guy, you're not even given a chance to, even try to start a relationship with these women because they're so full of themselves, because they're enabled by the men. The top percentile men are sleeping around with most of the women. This is why, if you're an average looking guy and you try a dating app, most of the time you're being matched with land whales. Women that are out of your league, or actually below your league, right? Or on the rare occasion, you may match with someone who's also average. But guess what? The conversation goes absolutely nowhere because even those average looking women or below average looking women are getting hundreds of likes or matches on a monthly basis. And they're having these better options with better looking guys. And they go to them to start a conversation in hopes that something could happen out of it. But guess what? Most of the time, they're getting used or they're getting played by those guys because at the end of the day, a lot of people are just looking for this short term pleasure and nothing serious when it comes to the long term aspect of a relationship. And for thousands of years, you had humans creating a pact between a man and a woman, starting their own family, and just overall being together as one unit. To just that whole idea being thrown out the window in a couple of decades. And now you're having women being told that, hey, go work your ass off in corporate America for 50, 60-hour weeks. That will show you true love and true connection to the human spirit. And what's funny to me is that I have a friend who knows a guy, and this guy I've met a couple of occasions, and this dude's an Indian who's about 5'4" or 5'5", so he's pretty short. However, he's extremely good looking, and he's had so much success when it comes to dating apps, especially Hinge and Tinder. And I'd imagine with the success, it is being helped out that he lives on campus and he's still in college. And at one time, he was showing me how much success he's had. You know, he's showing me his Hinge profile and the amount of matches and likes this dude has is it's in the dozens. And on Tinder, it's even more so. It's in the hundreds. It's absolutely crazy to me. And one thing that he complains about is that how a lot of these women are just no good. If they're in college, they're absolutely no good. You know, they're sleeping around. They're causing all these issues when it comes to actually trying to build a long-term relationship. And in my mind, I'm like, you are the one who's enabling them to have these terrible behaviors and actions. You're the one who's allowing them to be more promiscuous than they should be. You're the one who's adding on to the problem even more further. And this is something that I guess a lot of guys who are able to get a lot of action don't seem to think of themselves as that they're the ones who are causing the problem. You know, they're the root cause, and the symptom of it is these women being promiscuous or having these unrealistic expectations. And the funny part is that the sexual revolution was labeled or marketed as being liberating and free instead of just, promoting promiscuity. And now we're seeing the results of that, as I've said before. But the issue now is that you're seeing depression and anxiety levels at an all-time high in a lot of countries. Then you're seeing a lot of people who are just, simply taken out of the market, the dating market, don't want to have nothing to do with it, and they're checked out. And then you're having so many virgins nowadays, or people just not having intercourse for many months or years. This is something that is very unnormal and very unhealthy. Then you wonder why a lot of these people say they want to be single, but deep down inside, in a subconscious level or internal level, they really don't. A lot of people, I think, want to have a relationship with someone that they love and care for. and that they're able to create memories and spend time with and be there during the hard, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and just ultimately just be fulfilled on the inside. But again, the modern dating market is not allowing that to happen, and it's probably going to just keep getting worse and worse until something finally does break, whether it is the economy, and the whole new economy has to be set in place in order for things to get better, because it's only going to get worse with having more work hours, again, more unrealistic expectations, and again, just more people in general being lonely.